Since the Second World War, the spirit of Plymouth has continued to reflect that famous call of the time, Resurgam, I shall rise again. And, over 70 years later, Plymouth has indeed risen again. But there are still many challenges that face Plymouth's community. There are still over 70,000 people living in some of the country's most deprived conditions. 10,000 of these are children. Over 6% of those living in Plymouth need help to live with some form of disability. And there are still many people who feel they are excluded from society. But since 2008, we have, in partnership with the Devon Community Foundation, allocated over £400,000 in grants to over 140 different projects, transforming thousands of lives, and creating an endowment fund of nearly £1.3 million. You, through the Plymouth Drake Foundation, have made this happen. Due to some fantastic sponsorship, the foundation can operate with minimal costs, attracting donations from the public as well as from small, medium and large businesses. All the money goes directly to the charities that the foundation works with. And in the case of named donor funds, the donor can say exactly where they'd like their money to be spent. Personal development of young people through adventure training, sailing and education is at the forefront of our work. These people will be our successor citizens and the future leaders of Plymouth. The foundation's strength also lies in its ability to give just a little bit of extra support to a project in order to get it off the ground. Or it can provide the long-term guidance and planning corporate partners need to get their money working in the community. Here are just a few examples of how your money really is making a huge difference to people's lives. In the Plymouth region, over 6% of the population live with varying disabilities, so the chance to develop and learn new skills is very important.
This is not just a theatre group. This is a confidence-building exercise. What we're making is we're making people who are not afraid to live in the community, who are not afraid to explain themselves and to speak up for what they would like to make their life easier. And it costs so little, and it means so much.
It's all about having a good time and showing the public what people can do with learning disabilities.
You putting me out, and I have it.
It's such a great opportunity for Jonathan to meet with and share with people of his own age and abilities. The main thing is he has fun. He just loves coming.
I also feel like All Stars is my family.
I've been doing it 5 years now, and this is a happy place. And I don't want to give it up for anybody.
There's loads of things for kids with disabilities, but none for adults with disabilities. It's brilliant.
The chance to compete fully in your chosen sport provides that much-needed feeling of well-being and friendship.
It's very important for people with any form of disability to be independent.
When we heard we were going to get a grant for the purchase of 2 motorised buggies, it was brilliant news to us.
They play in teams with the able-bodied, they play with and against the able-bodied, so it is a great leveller in that respect where everybody can bowl.
It gives me friendship and generally just makes life a lot more enjoyable.
Poverty is still a big problem with too many people trying to survive with very little money. We support projects providing additional food supplies and listening services to help people in financial crisis.
We provide tinned and dried food for people in short-term financial crisis. And we get people in here who are really desperate. They haven't eaten for days and they really are at a very low ebb. And we just see if there's anyone we can refer them to. Sometimes really just people want someone to listen, to be honest.
The best move I've ever done since I stopped drinking. For many people in Plymouth, if it wasn't for these, they'd be on a downward spiral. Now I'm on an upward spiral.
Social inclusion is a vital part of life, and we're able to help carers support groups, providing much-needed breaks for long-term carers.
We hope to give carers more social inclusion, support, a bit more confidence in themselves, just general well-being and a point of contact if they're in distress. Because carers need a life of their own.
My brother's autistic and my mum's had a stroke. With funding, we were able to go to Blackpool myself, my mum and my brother, and yeah, it was a really good trip. I'm, quite lucky. There's other carers out there that doesn't get any help at all, nothing. So yeah, it does make a big difference.
The importance of music as a tool to develop young people's personal and social skills is well recognised. And through supporting a musical activities club, 9 to 18-year-olds in the region are improving their music and communication skills.
Anybody can join. They don't have to audition, they just have to have an enthusiasm for music and want to take part.
Music tuitions in school was quite expensive, so we couldn't really afford to pay it. And then when we found out about Plymouth Mac, it was a great opportunity to get involved and learn what I wanted to do.
We recognise the benefits of continued education and training to many people. And so one project has enabled a group of individuals to be trained to Royal Horticultural Society standard, allowing them to help manage one of Plymouth's parks.
Before the project started, this place was a no-go area for a lot of people. Elderly people didn't want to come into the park. It was overgrown, it was dark.
They didn't like walking through the park even during the daytime, but now we've kind of cut back all the trees so there's no areas where any antisocial activity can take place, and it's a lot more children friendly.
The money we got from the Drake Foundation has enabled us to take RHS Level 2 qualifications.
I really feel that the RHS course has enabled me to give more to this park, so that I feel, even though I'm not in paid employment, that I'm kind of giving something back to the local community, which I think is really important.
Another project has helped to promote adult literacy through creative writing and drama.
I think what we want to do really is do that scene where we're knocking on the door, yeah, and then we just go in. Some of my students that are here, they come in here, they couldn't even read a word. But now, for 2 hours, their heads are down and they're reading because they got one-to-one.
It gives me a lot of confidence, because I never had no confidence in anything.
That's perfect, that's really good. Some stuff are getting easier now, like reading and that. At the moment I'm learning to be a plumber, so I want to get all my qualifications, I want to own my own business in the end. Hopefully I'll get there.
Being part of something is very important to people, and so the Foundation continues to support projects that bring people together in the community.
Joining a group like the Tai Chi, people when they get older, if they lose their partners, they're very isolated. And this brings them together, gives them new friends.
Really does your breathing good. I can walk farther now, and that is very good exercise.
The funding from the Drake Foundation helps us to go to community homes and outreach areas. That offers these people this opportunity to try something new, try something that they may never thought of trying before, and find they get great benefit, social interaction and a better health.
You've seen just some of the great work your money is allowing charities and community groups in the region to do. We need the support of both local business and people to achieve our aim of over 10,000 donor members. This will allow the Foundation to keep working and improving lives forever. It's your city, your community, and your charity of charities needs you. Please join us now by becoming a member of the Plymouth Drake Foundation. For a minimum donation of just £10 a year, that's less than 20 pence per week, you can become part of what you've just seen and help to make a real and lasting difference. If you gift aid your £10, it will be topped up to £12.50 at no extra cost to you. As a member, you'll be invited to our AGM each autumn, receive regular newsletters, and have direct access to our members' phone line. So please, join us today. Thank you.